What's up, folks? It's your boy Bob Hollywood here, back with another exciting review. Today's review is going to be this retro review on this X-Men Evolution Toad. This toy, I believe, is released in the year 2000. That's how his boy Blob was. Yep, Warner Brothers 2000. I'm not going to... it's 2001 here, so my bad. So this is 2001. And maybe Blob was 2001 and I said the wrong thing. But anyway, this is from the, I guess, a third official X-Men animated program after Pride of the X-Men and the 90s X-Men show, X-Men Evolution. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think each progressive X-Men cartoon up until Wolverine and the X-Men, I haven't watched anything after that. I know there's an anime, but I think each one gets better. So I like X-Men Evolution more than I like the original X-Men, and I like Wolverine and the X-Men more than I like X-Men Evolution. Now, that being said, I have not watched any of the shows in their entirety. I do believe I may have watched Wolverine and the X-Men completely, and then Pride of the X-Men, Pride of the X-Men is just like one episode. So here's this guy, Toad, again, with Slime Attack Locker. And he has a price tag on here for $13.99. I did not pay $13.99 for this guy. I paid half of that, if not more than half of that. This guy my camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. So yeah, I kind of wanted this for the accessories, whereas Blob, I wanted Blob because I thought Blob was a cool looking figure. This I kind of wanted for its accessories, for his, the ACBA factor to it. Toad looks decent, but I'll have to see how he is once he's out of his plastic prison. Speaking of which, let's just go ahead and get him out. We're not even going to go over the stuff on the back, but he's supposed to have triple extreme action. Flips, kicks, slimes. We're going to figure out how that is. Again, this is an action figure. It isn't just a toy. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get him out of his plastic prison. Be patient. That took longer than I expected, but obviously it was only a second for you guys. Anyway, here is Toad. He's got a very creepy face. Looks like there's some blemishes on the side of his face, but it kind of goes well with him. Kind of makes it just look like he has freckles. He's a toad. Toads have spots. And there's some scratching already in the plastic here. I don't necessarily like how it's made, but again, this figure is 23 years old. There's a button on the back. We're going to figure out how all of that works together. I was tempted to figure out how the locker worked before I started the camera again, but then I figured we're all in this together. So as you go, there we go. So now he is, and I don't know if you could hear that little pop. Whoops. Let me move this out of the way. Put the camera down some. He got his legs to stay, but now he doesn't want to. Okay, I pressed the button on his back to make his legs stay. He is very sensitive. So I don't know how. Okay, and then he just did whatever he did by himself. So I don't know how he flips and does everything he's supposed to. I'm embarrassed at how much I got shocked. So what are we going to do? We want to go over his articulation first. We want to try to figure out the locker. Let's just go over his articulation since he's in my hand. So his head, unlike Blob, his head will rotate. And it would probably go 360 if he didn't have this shell on his back. More paint blemishes there. I'm going to be more forgiving of a 20-year-old figure than I would be if this was a Marvel Legend I wouldn't got off the shelf today. His arms go up that much because, again, he has armor, he has these shoulder pads, but it still is able to rotate 360. It still does be Rotate 360. I don't know how I got transported to the 1800s. Anyway, his elbows give you that much, almost 90 degrees. He has wrist articulation, which is just a rotation. There's no hinge or anything. Again, that's the same articulation on both sides. There's nothing in the torso, but his legs, as you can see, both go up individually, or you can do it together. And they go up that high. They go up super high. He can get some high kicks. He can kick some field goals. Justin Tucker in the building. His knees bend that much. And he also has a foot rocker. So he can get up on his tippy toes like a ballet dancer or Michael Jackson. All right, so I'm going to put him here. I'm going to put him in the background. Matter of fact, I'm going to take him off the screen. And here is the lockers he come with. Locker 714, 715. You can see that slime or ooze is already coming out of there. So maybe Slimer's hiding in there. And there looks to be a button on the top. I opened this up and I saw that there was slime in here, which you could see on through the packaging or on the packaging. But I didn't press that button, so I don't know what's going to happen when I do. So I'm going to set this here. It's nice and balanced, and I'm going to press this button. And it flings open, as if someone's getting slime dumped on them. At least the top did. I don't know if the bottom moves. Nope, the bottom shoots forward. See? So that's pretty neat. Let's see if I can get it to get back in position. Okay. It's back in position. I'm going to put it to a little bit of an angle this time. And this door doesn't want to swing all the way open. But it works. It's in full compliance. And it's probably because of this little piece that's holding the door in place. It's giving it resistance. Because this one doesn't have that same piece. So yeah, it works perfect. No fear of that just exploding on its own. Whereas with Toad, I don't know how to get him to cooperate. It's like he's on a timer. I'm going to put him down. I'm going to release his little button. And we're going to see what happens. So he almost did a flip. I didn't get scared that time. But I was thinking he's not going to do anything. So yeah, that's a cool figure. I'm going to get his height and then we're going to do some size comparisons. It's a pretty tall figure for back then. Back then in 2001, I was collecting mostly 5 points of articulation figures. So a guy like him, I would have saw him. I'm like, oh, that's a huge figure. He's a deluxe figure or something. This guy is over 5.5 inches tall. So he's pretty tall. He fits in with 6-inch scale figures, and Toad himself was always squatting. So let's do some size comparisons. Let's compare him to Eric Killmonger and Beast Morpher's Red Ranger. He's shorter than both. That's A-OK. Now let's compare him to Vixen. That's not Vixen, that's Masterverse. Finally got the name right. That's Masterverse Andrea, and that's Vixen. Obviously, way shorter than both. And again, that's fine. Let's see somebody he's probably taller than. They're about the same height. Winston Zedmore. And from a frog to a gator. My boy Titus O'Neil is towering over him. I'm not even going to try to get this guy's name. I still have not remembered his name. And from potential roadkill in a frog to a roadblock. Yeah, you like what I did there, huh? Yeah, I'm a word wizard. A word wizard who stutters and sometimes sounds like he is a slave. So And then finally, the normal comparisons, we got him with Landell Calrissian and John Jones. And I think Lando, Winston, and the Fortnite figure. Did I say Fortnite? Not Fortnite. Not Fortnite. What's the daggone game? Overwatch figure. I think those are the only ones he was taller than. I'm going to compare him to his boy Blob. And again, Blob's about the same size, man. Well, in terms of height, Blob's way bigger. But I think in the show, again, Toad would have been crouched down. So I don't know how he would compare to Blob if he was standing up, because he was always like crouched down, always gross, really. But I do kind of like this figure. I just don't like that he wouldn't be able to like sit down because of his legs. One leg will go up, no problem. But you try to put two legs up, and it's really just his left leg will go up. So let's try that. Let's try putting them in different... Let's see what happens. Yeah, you hear the click? It tries to do it, but I guess it needs them to be in the same axis. Anyway, folks, that was Toad. I'm going to leave Blob there with him. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If not, like, comment, and subscribe. Even if you don't like, comment, and subscribe, I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to love yourself. I want you to love the people who are important to you. Today is my mother's birthday. By the time this goes up, it won't be my mother's birthday, but I called my mother and told her I loved her today. I told her happy birthday. Yesterday was my father's birthday. Told him the same thing. And yeah, just do that to the people that are important to you. Don't tell them happy birthday if it's not their birthday, but tell them you love them. Anyway, folks, I just want you to remember, action figures speak louder than words.